Now this is a story all about how Doug's life got flipped and upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how he became a dad with no hair. It was nothing. Born and raised in his bed is where he spent most of his days. In those days he was a little bit slimmer, shouting downstairs, "Where's me dinner?" As you already know, we first became friends when my mum drove into Doug's back end. He stumbled out the car and said, "Will you be my pal?" I said, "Sure." At high school he was nearly too mature. He grew a mustache of boys had never seen before. Freddie Mercury, Magnum P.I. had already set the bar. We discovered he looked more like an 80s porn star. But being tall was never his downfall. He was first choice for volleyball, and don't forget netball. His dream was to be a big football star, but ended up in goal like Bruce Grobbelaar. It was time to leave school and become grown-ups, but instead we turned to underage drinking and sneaking in clubs. We drink anything cheap, from White Lightning to 2020. A few cans of Tennant Super would be plenty. Drinking with the lads was hard to succumb, but that stuff would fuel Doc Brown's DeLorean. Thought we could dance like John Travolta and Valentino's and the place, but would have looked like the in-betweeners through the eyes of someone else's face. Then we would wait for a lift of Terry's taxi. We were half soaked and he'd ready to give us all the kick of the jacksie. His collection of trainers gave me some clues. Think he had a fetish for buying shoes. I know he might sound a bit perverse, but he loves strutting around in those red Converse. A man of fashion, a style of a kind. The one thing that always blew my mind was why the tallest person I know was driving around town in a Fiat Cinquecento. He's worked for the council for many years now and milked the sick pay like milking a cow. He'll never leave a job. He doesn't want the hassle. The HGV driver, he got lost out of Castle. May I have your attention, please? Would the real Slim Doggy please stand up? Please stand up. People say I look like Ben Stiller, more like Michael Jackson from Thriller. We are in the same boat, no need to gloat, but I'm about to take the crown of being the oldest dad in town. On a serious note, he's like my big bro, literally buys his clothes from Giacomo. Only kidding, he's getting skinny, slimming will the key, but he's going to start look more like Rodney. We never argue, apart from when we play FIFA. He becomes a rag diva like Queen Latifah. Let's skip a few years or decades to when he went Liz. She must have had a few glasses of Bucks Fizz to think, this is my prince. But I'm pretty sure what made her convince, well, she is a vet and loves a gin. She needs both those qualities to deal with what's on his chin. 2 handsome sons and a beautiful daughter. Who'd have thought the sperm came from him? Now they're tied a knot, a night of passion could lead to another cot. Watch out, Terry and Dart. It's time to introduce MC Noah. He raps tighter than a restricted poet.
Was you upside down, was it?
It's my time to rip into my dad. It's the only minute I get without him being mad. He wakes up in the morning, very cranky. I say, what's up with you, lanky? You think women nag, he's the biggest nagger. His looks could kill, he'd kill me with a dagger. He's always telling me to stop it. I never tell him he's got feet like a hobbit. He thinks he's so strong, the only thing that's strong is his armpits. They pong. His beard has got more colours than a rainbow. When he's on the toilet, he sounds like an erupting volcano. I felt mean like Gru when I pumped him with that baddie tattoo. He always wants to argue and fight just because I'm better at Fortnite. He thinks my school reports are bad. What about your cooking, Dad? With the oldest goalkeeper in town, he likes to think he can still dive down. The only problem he needs is help getting up. He's the OAP of any football club. He's the only goalkeeper to pass to the other team. Half the time I think he's in a daydream. Passed to the other team twice. You must have bribed him with a vanilla slice. I don't want to make you blush, but these words come from the heart. I know I pushed your tolerance to zero, but I want you to know, Dad, you are my hero. If there was anyone I'd like you to meet to make all our lives complete, it would be you, Liz.
Wait for the applause. It's time to raise your glasses and drink some booze, and let's celebrate the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Hughes!